Hey, good Wednesday evening, everybody. Eric Kane, Matt Ray, Volquest.com. Matt's a big-time commit for the University of Tennessee coming down here this evening. Mike Matthews, five-star wide receiver, commits to Josh Heupel, Kelsey Pope, and to the Tennessee Volunteers. Big-time gets and a really nice player added to this class, the 17th commit for the class of 2024.
Yeah, Eric, this is one that I think for Tennessee, when you look at this class, this is one of those signature wins. You know, for a lot of different reasons. You go into the state of Georgia and you take one of the Peach State's best. That's always a big deal in today's recruiting world. Elsewhere for Tennessee, you continue to build on momentum. That you would hope you would have coming out of last fall, where you exceeded expectations on the field. You go 11-2, win an Orange Bowl, take down Alabama, take down Clemson, take down Florida. You produce a Biletnikoff winner, the first in school history. You produce two third-round draft picks in Jalen Hyatt and Cedric Tillman. You needed to build on that, and Mike Matthews is one of those guys that, is a product of that, in my opinion. You pair him with Braylon Staley, and you're going to continue to recruit the position pretty hard moving forward with guys like Amari Jefferson, Ryan Wingo, and Cam Michael still on the board.
Matt, we just saw his profile right there for Mike Matthews, and according to the On3 industry rankings, number 14 in the country, 32 On3 rankings. Any way you want to spin it, one of the best players in Georgia, one of the best wide receivers in this class. You've been high on him from the get-go. What does he bring to the table that's unique about his game and how he could fit in the Tennessee offense?
When I was talking to Coach Joe Sturdivant at Parkview earlier in the week, he told me, Mike is a dude of dudes. And coming from Joe, a guy that did it at the highest level at Parkview, won 46 straight games there as a player, 3 straight state titles, had a really good college career, a really good pro career, and has coached at some really good stops. To hear that from him, there's some extra weight added to that. And I think when you look at Mike, it's a combination of things. He's a guy that, from a ball skill standpoint, can do everything you want him to. Just catches the football effortlessly in so many different ways. Body control down the field. There's not many that have what he has and can do what he does. In terms of that, he's a lead in a short area, wins at the line of scrimmage. But overall, I think one thing that I continue to hear about Mike Matthews that's maybe the most impressive outside of all the highlight reel plays and everything that he does on the field is what he does off the field. He handles things the right way. His work ethic is second to none. He's a first in, last out type of guy, and I think that speaks volumes to who he is. And, it's one of the reasons that I think he meshed so well with Tennessee. He's a culture guy. He's about building a culture at Parkview. And I think in a lot of different ways, Clemson was viewed as the quote-unquote favorite in this one for a while. I think one of the main reasons outside of Tennessee's offense, I think culture won out for Mike Matthews in the end.
Yeah, you mentioned Clemson there, USC, Georgia, of course. Tennessee was always there, and a lot of credit goes to Josh Heupel, of course, but Kelsey Pope and some others did a whole lot with this one and have been all over Mike Matthews for a long time, making him a priority early on in this class.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think when Mike Matthews checked out of his visit in January, Austin and I talked, and it felt like Tennessee might really be in this thing, like more so than people give them credit for. And then Mike Matthews is Mike Matthews. He's just a low-key superstar in a lot of ways. He doesn't get lost in a lot of the different, social media buzz. He enjoys it, but he's not, all about it. He takes a couple of trips in January and then he's quiet. He's playing basketball. He's not telling anybody anything. He shows up to the Under Armour camp in Atlanta, and I see him. And when I left that day, I knew that day Tennessee's in this thing. So then you're able to get him back. He comes in, takes a look at spring practice, and you're able to carry that over into an official visit, and you get the last touch there in June, and that visit was big for Mike Matthews. He came out of that visit. Tennessee was able to answer all of his questions and, kind of sealed the deal there with that June official visit. But so many, things working, for Tennessee, but culture, the offense, and, the ability to get the ball in space is something that he wanted to be a part of. So just a lot of things and a lot of excitement for Mike Matthews as he gets ready to head to Rocky Top.
All right, out the door here, Mike Matthews becomes now the 17th commit for the class of 2024 for Tennessee. The second wide receiver joining forces with Braylon Staley, who committed to Tennessee earlier this summer. You mentioned a couple other targets, of course, that are still on the board, noted obviously by Amari Jefferson, Ryan Wingo, and a big-time announcement set to come down tomorrow, or I guess Friday at some point. In-state linebacker Edwin Spillman, Tennessee, Ohio State. That's going to be one to watch as well.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be one to watch. Ohio State's made that interesting. I still like where Tennessee sits heading into that one, but the Buckeyes have worked, and he has definitely listened. More good news hopefully on the front for the Vols in the next 24 to 48 hours here with Edwin Spillman. But right now for Tennessee, a big recruiting win and 5-star Mike Matthews.
Yeah, huge. 5-star Mike Matthews, wide receiver, committing to the University of Tennessee. He is Matt Ray. Give him a follow on Twitter at Matt_Ray_ for continual coverage. Check out all of his and AP's work, all of our work over at Volquest.com on the Journalist Quarters. Like this video. Let's get it in front of more and more Tennessee fans. Really do appreciate you taking the time. I'm Eric Kane. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Mike Matthews commits to the University of Tennessee.